Hi everyone, and welcome to the channel. Today we're diving into the ocean's greatest unsolved enigma. In 1872, a ship was found drifting in the Atlantic, completely abandoned. There were no signs of a struggle, the cargo was untouched, and the crew had simply vanished into thin air. Join me as we uncover the dark theories behind the mystery of the Mary Celeste. Let's get started. December 4th, 1872. The merchant ship Dei Gratia is sailing through the calm, gray waters of the Atlantic. Suddenly, the lookout spots a sail on the horizon. It's the Mary Celeste. But something is wrong. The ship is drifting erratically, her sails are torn, and there is no sign of life on deck. When the crew of the Dei Gratia boards her, they find a scene that would baffle investigators for over a century. A ship in perfect working order, but completely, hauntingly empty. Inside, everything seemed normal. Captain Briggs's cabin was untouched. Personal belongings, such as his daughter's toys and his wife's sewing kit, were right where they should be. On the table, there was food and a logbook was left open. This wasn't a ship that had been abandoned in a panic or a fight. There were no signs of violence, no blood, and no struggle. It felt as if the crew had simply stood up and walked away, leaving their world behind. The Mary Celeste was carrying a massive cargo, over 1,700 barrels of industrial alcohol. 9 of these barrels were found empty. Experts have long wondered if these barrels were the key to the mystery. Some suggest they were poorly made and leaked, creating a dangerous buildup of volatile gas in the hold. A smell of gas could have terrified the captain, convincing him that his ship was a ticking time bomb waiting to explode. The ship's logbook was the final piece of the puzzle. The last entry was made 10 days before the ship was found, hundreds of miles away from its current position. This meant the Mary Celeste had been sailing alone, unmanned, through the treacherous Atlantic for days. Who was steering her? How did she survive the storms? It was as if the ship was being guided by a ghost, keeping her afloat while her crew had vanished into the abyss. The most logical theory is that Captain Briggs ordered everyone into the small lifeboat. Fearing the cargo of alcohol would ignite, he decided the safest place was off the ship. They tied a rope to the Mary Celeste, intending to tow it or wait for the danger to pass. But then, disaster struck. The rope may have snapped, or a sudden storm could have swept the small, fragile boat away into the vast, uncaring ocean, leaving the ship behind. Imagine the terror. 10 people, including a small child, drifting in a tiny wooden boat, without sails, without supplies, and without any way to return to their ship. They watched helplessly as the Mary Celeste, their only hope for survival, slowly drifted away into the fog. They were left at the mercy of the Atlantic. The cold, the hunger, and the massive, crushing waves would have quickly claimed them, leaving no trace behind. Over the years, many people have tried to exploit this mystery. Some claim pirates killed the crew, others suggested sea monsters or even extraterrestrial interference. But these are just stories told to sell books. The truth is likely far more tragic. A simple human error in judgment caused by the fear of an invisible, explosive enemy hidden in the barrels below. To this day, the Mary Celeste remains the world's most famous ghost ship. She is a reminder of how small we are compared to the power of the sea. The crew is long gone, their final moments lost to history. All we are left with is a question that may never be fully answered. What would you have done if you were the captain? Tell us your theories in the comments, and don't forget to subscribe for more historical mysteries.